Hi children, in this video we are going to discuss very important question, that is differences between photosynthesis and respiration. In the examination point of view, so this is very important question. So usually it comes for a long answer as well as sometimes they may ask for short question also. So anyhow, this is very interesting as well as very easy to write this answer. So let us study how to write this answer. Photosynthesis versus respiration. What are the differences between photosynthesis and respiration, children? Okay, so it's better we shall draw a table now, isn't it? I will draw a line in between, in the middle of this board. Okay, so now you see children, already we have studied about the process of photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? So photosynthesis is a process of preparing food materials in plants by using raw materials such as carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and in the presence of chlorophyll, children. So that is called as photosynthesis. So if you represent that whole process in the form of what equation, so we can write it like this. Okay, so what is that, children? So carbon dioxide and water, and what, children? Water, H2O. So 12 H2O and gives rise to what? C6 H12O6, that is nothing but glucose, and 6 oxygen and 6 water molecule, children, isn't it? Is it balanced, children? No. So 6 CO2 and 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight, and chlorophyll. So glucose molecule is found and oxygen as well as water. So this is in photosynthesis equation. If you study well this equation, so you can write this answer. Even the long question, it comes for the long question also, you will be able to write the whole answer. At least 8 points you can write it if you learn the equation of this photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis is a food preparing process by using carbon dioxide as well as water, children. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, we get glucose molecule, oxygen as well as water. Then what about this respiration process? So what is respiration? Respiration is an energy giving process by breaking down the oxygen molecules, isn't it? So that is called as respiration. So if you write the whole respiration process in the form of an equation, so we can write it like this, children. Okay, so what is that? Glucose molecule C6 H12O6 plus 6 oxygen, right? So it gives out what, children? 6 carbon dioxide, 6 water molecules, 6 molecules of water, as well as energy is liberated. So this is what, children? Equation of respiration. So if you learn this equation, then we can write it down many points from this equation itself, isn't it? So how to write many points in this one? Let us see here. So here the second point in this photosynthesis process is carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials in the process of photosynthesis. It is already there in the equation. So by seeing that by seeing the equation, we can write down this point. Okay, so what we can write it here? Carbon dioxide and water. What are they? They are, carbon dioxide and water are raw materials, where in the process of photosynthesis. Then what about in the respiration? So here it is clearly seen, isn't it? What is the second point in this respiration is, so glucose and oxygen. Glucose and oxygen are raw materials, children. Okay, so how easy it is, isn't it? By seeing the equation itself, so we are able to write the points, make the points. Okay, and the next one is third point in the photosynthesis is photosynthesis process occurs in the presence of sunlight. Got it? So that means what? Photosynthesis occurs in the daytime, isn't it? In the daytime means, so sunlight is available in the daytime, so that I am writing it as a daytime. Okay. And next, what about the third point in the respiration process? This respiration occurs in the daytime as well as in the night time. Okay. So this occurs, respiration occurs day and night. Day and what, children? Night. It occurs in the day and night. Got it? And here the next point is what, children? Chlorophyll. Got it? So this chlorophyll, this photosynthesis occurs in a plastid, that is chloroplast. And the chlorophyll is a pigment which is present in the chloroplast. So this photosynthesis process occurs in the chloroplast. So just write down, occurs in chloroplast. Then what about the respiration process? So this come to the fourth point in the respiration. So this respiration process occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell as well as mitochondria also. So we have studied already about the respiration. So this respiration process occurs mainly in 5 steps. Actually it has number of steps, children, but if you classify then, if you make it into cut short, so there are 5 steps. What is the first one? Glycolysis. So this glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm, and next link reaction, Krebs cycle, etc., electron transport chain, and oxidative phosphorylation, these all occurs in the mitochondria. So where this respiration occurs? So respiration occurs, it occurs in cytoplasm and what? Mitochondria. It occurs in mitochondria also. Got it? And next, come to the next point, children. What is this? Glucose, oxygen and water. So what are these? These are the products and these are the reactants, isn't it? And here the glucose and oxygen are the reactants, and here oxygen, water are the products here. So let us come to the products now. So what are the products here? Glucose, oxygen, and water are products. Are what, children? Products. Then you see this equation, what are the products here? Carbon dioxide, water, as well as what, children? Energy. So you can write it, carbon dioxide, water is liberated, isn't it, children? Okay, we write energy also has our products. Or what, children? Or products, isn't it? Yes. And next, come to the next point, children, in the photosynthesis. This photosynthesis is an anabolic process. What is anabolism? Anabolic process. What is this anabolism? Synthesis of complex molecules by the simple substances or simple molecules is called as what? Anabolic process. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process, children, because so this complex molecule, that is glucose, is formed because of the combination of what, children? These raw materials. Because of simple substances, carbon dioxide and water, we get a complex molecule, that is glucose here. So such process we call it as anabolic process. So anabolic process is nothing but what, children? So construction of large molecules or synthesis of large molecules from the small molecules, we call it as what? Anabolic process, children. So what we can write it here, just I will write the definition simply: synthesizing complex molecule, complex from what? From simple substances. Got it? Then what about this respiration? See here, this complex material or a complex substance, it is converted into a simple substance. So it is nothing but a reverse of the photosynthesis process. So that means what here? Breaking down of this complex substance, that is glucose, is seen here in the respiration. So it is nothing but what, children? Catabolic process. So catabolism is nothing but what, children? So catabolism is nothing but breaking down the complex substances into a simple ones. So here the respiration process is catabolic process, isn't it? So in this catabolic process, children, so large molecules, complex molecules will break down into a simple ones. So here they break down into simple molecules. So you see here oxygen, it is break down into a carbon dioxide as well as water to liberate energy. Got it? And next come to a seventh point, children. What is that? Is this photophosphorylation occurs in this photosynthesis. So for your better understanding sake, I'll tell you what is meant by phosphorylation. Phosphorylation means formation of ATP molecules. So photophosphorylation means what, children? Here formation of ATP molecules by utilizing the photo, that is light. So that we call it as photophosphorylation. In the process of photosynthesis, children, we have learnt already that so this photosynthesis process requires sunlight, isn't it? So this photophosphorylation occurs in the process of photosynthesis. That means ATP molecules are formed because of utilization of light, that is sunlight. Then what about this respiration process? Here oxidative phosphorylation. So this already we have seen in the steps of respiration, isn't it? It is the last one. So that is nothing but a production of what? ATPs is seen, isn't it? So here also the same, phosphorylation is nothing but a production of what? Production of ATPs. But here the production of ATPs is seen because of observing of oxygen, using of what? Utilizing of oxygen. So by using the oxygen, so ATP molecules are produced. So that process we call it as oxidative phosphorylation, and this oxidative phosphorylation occurs in the process of respiration, isn't it? It occurs in the process of respiration, children. Okay, and next thing is eighth point, children. What is that eighth point? It is an endothermic reaction. Photosynthesis is an endothermic reaction. What is this endo? Endo means inside. Thermic means what, children? Heat. So this photosynthesis reactions, children, they absorb the sunlight. Got it? So they utilize the sunlight, they absorb the sunlight. So such type of reactions we call it as endothermic reaction. So this photosynthesis process utilize the sunlight, children. So it is endothermic reaction. So heat is utilized here in the process of photosynthesis. Then what about this one, children, in the process of respiration? In the process of respiration, so this is exothermic reaction. So what is this exothermic reaction? That means what, children? Here exo means what? Outside. Endo means inside. Exo means what? Outside. Thermic means what, children? Heat. Okay, thermic means what? Heat. Thermo or thermic, it related to what, children? Heat. So here heat is comes outside, heat comes outside after by the process of what, children? Respiration. So that's why it is called as exothermic what, reaction. Okay, so photosynthesis is an endothermic reaction because here the light is observed here, heat is observed here. Sunlight, as you know, that it gives a warmth also, so it absorbs the heat. So that's why photosynthesis process we call it as endothermic reaction, and exothermic reaction is nothing but just releasing the heat. Okay, so releasing the heat here is seen in the process of respiration, so it is called as exothermic reaction, children. Okay, and next come to another point here, ninth one. So this, because of the process of photosynthesis, it adds weight to the organism. It adds weight to an organism. So how can you say that it adds weight? You see here, children, by the simple substances here, by using the sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll, it is preparing the complex food material, and this complex glucose is stored in the form of what, children? Here it is stored in the form of starch inside the leaves. So here the simple ones, it is becoming a complex. This adds, photosynthesis process adds weight to the organism because it is a constructive process, children, isn't it? Then what about this here in the process of respiration? It decreases the weight of organism. So here decreases the weight of an organism. So please don't understand in a different way. So it will not decreases the complete weight of that organism. Here in sense what? Here complex substances will break down into a simple substances here, such as carbon dioxide as well as water, as a process of what, children? This catabolism. So there will be a little reduce in the what? Weight of an organism. But whereas in the photosynthesis, because of the photosynthesis process, so the sunlight is utilized and more food particles are prepared in the what? In the organism. Got it? So as a result, what happens is the food materials are what accumulated in the body, and as a result the body of an organism will increase. But whereas here in the respiration process, these food materials, what is happening to it? They are breaking down, children. Okay, for what? To release the energy. Got it? So as a result, what happens here is, so the weight of an organism will slightly decreases here in the process of respiration. Got it? And let us see the last point, that is 10th point, children. Here this photosynthesis is seen in plants and photosynthetic bacteria. Got it? So photosynthesis is seen, I write it PS. PS mean photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is seen in plants. Okay, that means especially the green plants. Got it? And photosynthetic bacteria. Photosynthetic bacteria. And here, what about the respiration? Respiration is seen in all the living organisms, including the plants also. We have studied already about the respiration in plants in the previous video. So if you wanted to see that video, children, so link will be given in the description box. You can enjoy watching that respiration in plants also. So here in this respiration, okay, respiration is seen, respiration is seen in all the living organisms, isn't it? So these are the very important what points in the photosynthesis as well as respiration. I hope maximum of the points we got it from the equation itself, children. If you learn the equation, so it will be very easy for you to write down these many points, children. Okay, if the question is for 2 marks, so you can write it at least 4 points 4 points each, and if it is of 4 marks question, so you need to write at least 8 points, children. Okay, so keep that in mind according to the question. So according to the weightage of marks, you need to write the points. If it is for the short answer, so need not to write these all points here, so you can selectively half of these points you can write it. So in glance, if you see, children, here, so this photosynthesis process, so what are the photosynthesis process? If you see the reaction of the photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, we get glucose, oxygen as well as water. If you see in the respiration, these glucose molecules will be break down in the presence of oxygen and convert into a carbon dioxide and water, and heat, energy is liberated here in the process of respiration. Carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials, and in the respiration process, glucose as well as oxygen are the raw materials. And here photosynthesis occurs in the daytime and respiration occurs day and night. Got it? And here this photosynthesis processes occurs in the chloroplast, but whereas this respiration occurs in mitochondria and even cytoplasm also. And glucose, oxygen and water are the products here in the photosynthesis process, and there in the respiration, carbon dioxide, water and energy is also liberated as a products there. And it is an anabolic process. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process, but whereas respiration is a catabolic process. And in the photosynthesis process, photophosphorylation is seen. ATPs are produced because of utilization of light, but whereas in the respiration, oxidative phosphorylation is seen, children. Okay, and photosynthesis is an endothermic reaction because it utilizes the heat and sunlight, and whereas this respiration is exothermic reaction, and photosynthesis adds weight to an organism, and respiration process decreases the weight of an organism. And photosynthesis process is seen in the plants as well as photosynthetic bacteria, but whereas the respiration is seen in all the organisms including the green plants or non-green plants. So this is about the differences between the photosynthesis and respiration. It is very important question, children. Okay, so that's all for today, children. I hope you have understood this lesson. So if you really enjoy this lesson, children, just you click on the like and also subscribe and share it to your friends. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.